everybody here. Thank you for being early and for your patience. We're just waiting for more people to show up to the stage before we begin.
Breaking news. Bridgeway has just been sold to Clark County for 300 Robux. Effective immediately, all law enforcement personnel have been terminated. All positions and all government officials have also been killed from Clark County officials. More information to come soon.
Get him off the stage.
initiatives with law enforcement, the military, the justice system, diplomacy, commerce, and the government at large. Today's briefing will provide an overview of those actions, followed by a discussion of the administration's legislative priorities ahead of the upcoming Senate election. With that, let's begin with developments regarding the Ridgeway National Guard. Earlier this month, Governor Rathusan signed Executive Order 15, establishing a participation policy for future statewide deployments of the Ridgeway National Guard. The order ensures that, during governor-authorized deployments lasting no more than 3 days, RNG present in-game report on team while receiving military leave from their primary departments and exemptions from normal activity requirements. The policy also includes safeguards to prevent prolonged disruptions to civilian departments and exempts mandatory academies and similar training events. Shortly thereafter, following recommendations from the Attorney General amid increased criminal activity, the governor authorized the first statewide deployment under the order, placing the National Guard into active state service to assist law enforcement operations throughout Ridgeway County from July 1st to July 4th. The deployment was a tremendous success and helped reduce criminal activity for the days that followed. Since then, this policy has also been codified into state law through the State Service Deployment Act of 2026. Turning now from military operations to public safety, I would like to provide an update on the administration's continued efforts to combat organized crime throughout Ridgeway. Earlier this month, Attorney General Adam Stratton formally designated the criminal group KDS as a terrorist organization and organized criminal entity under Ridgeway law, directing the State Bureau of Investigations to investigate and dismantle the organization. The Department of Justice also coordinated with investigative divisions across the Ridgeway State Police, the Sheriff's Office, Palmer Police Department, and the National Guard to execute numerous warrants and arrests targeting organized criminal activity. We have also set up the Ridgeway Joint Investigative Center, a group of highly skilled law enforcement officers to gather evidence and prepare affidavits for prosecution of KDS and other criminals. In addition to strengthening public safety, the administration has also continued investing in and supporting its executive workforce. Just earlier this month, the Commission to Review State Wages concluded its work pursuant to Executive Order 13. After reviewing compensation across every executive department, the Commission submitted recommendations to increase wages for every executive branch team in the game. Those recommendations have since been incorporated into legislation signed by the governor through the July Consolidated Appropriations Act. Developer oversight will be implementing the new wages soon. Building upon those investments, the administration has also continued expanding the Ridgeway State Guard. Following the first public enlistment process, the new class of state guardsmen successfully entered service. Further operations and proceedings with the State Guard will happen this week. The recently signed State Guard Act further establishes the Guard's long-term organization, responsibilities, and authority under state law. Turning now to government data and transparency, I would like to provide an update on the July 2026 Ridgeway census. For the first time, the census utilized an automated system rather than a traditional Google form, which will dramatically increase participation. Following its conclusion, the administration plans to release expanded employment statistics across every executive department to provide the public with greater transparency regarding Ridgeway's continued growth since its revival earlier this year. Beyond transparency, the administration has also taken additional steps to strengthen accountability across executive leadership. Earlier this month, the governor issued a memo requiring department heads and their command to comply with the same weekly activity logs expected of their employees. The initiative reflects the administration's belief that accountability begins with leadership and command, equally accountable for their participation within government. Beyond just transparency, the administration has also taken additional steps to strengthen accountability across executive. Hold on. Sorry about that. Moving on. The administration has also continued encouraging economic growth and private investment throughout Ridgeway. Applications recently opened for businesses interested in leasing newly available plots within the Frederick R. Poole Business District in the city of Milton, added on July 10th, continuing the administration's efforts to encourage private business activity. If anybody is interested, you can apply in the Department of State Discord server. Now, I will turn to legislative activity, which has represented one of the busiest periods in recent Ridgeway history. Following extensive collaboration between the Office of the Governor and the State Senate, Governor Racine signed 10 additional bills into law, including the Autobahn Act, the State Guard Act, Improving Our Justice System Act, Speeding and General Crimes Act, Civil Officers Act, Antiquities Act, Executive Clemency Act, State Service Deployment Act, Judicial Security Act, and the July Consolidated Appropriations Act. Among the most significant legislation signed were the following: the Improving Our Justice System Act. This bill modernizes portions of Ridgeway's criminal laws while strengthening the Department of Justice through hourly compensation for attorneys representing the state, helping improve recruitment and long-term retention within the legal community. The Speeding and General Crimes Act. This act introduces new speeding classifications, creates offenses relating to resisting arrest and unlawful possession of munitions, and updates several existing criminal statutes to provide greater clarity for law enforcement and prosecutors. And finally, the Executive Clemency Act. This act restores meaningful legal effect to pardons by the governor by clarifying that a full pardon forgives covered offenses and restores the rights lost as a result of conviction while preserving public records of pardons for transparency. In addition to legislative action, the Department of Justice has also implemented new procedural protections for administrative investigations. Just this past weekend, the Attorney General issued an order governing administrative investigations across every law enforcement department. The order establishes uniform procedural and protections by requiring employees under investigation receive written notices of allegations, while simultaneously protecting confidential witnesses and investigative integrity. Moving on now to intergovernmental affairs, I have an update regarding the administration's recent meeting with Harrison County. Finally, Governor Racine and members of the administration recently traveled to Harrison County for a meeting establishing diplomatic relations between both governments. Both governments have expressed interest in developing a formal alliance, with Harrison County expected to visit Ridgeway in the near future. Discussions are also underway between the Ridgeway National Guard and Harrison County military regarding a future joint live fire exercise following completion of Harrison County's second military intake. Finally, I would like to conclude today's updates by briefly looking ahead to the administration's priorities for the upcoming 12th Senate. The administration wishes to outline several legislative priorities and hopes that it can work with the next state senate to advance. A statement and government updates by the governor will be published this week, outlining some, but not all, of legislative proposals that will be put forth in the 12th Senate. This administration and the governor have worked very closely with the current Senate in passing dozens of bills over the last 4 months. And we look forward to working with the next senators to continue modernizing Ridgeway's government. With that, we will now open the floor for questions. You can raise your hand if you would like to speak, and the governor will answer any questions you may have.
I have a question.
What's up, Ethan? What's your question?
Where'd you travel for those jugs? I'm just asking for a friend.
For those what?
Those jugs.
They are all natural, sir. I did not travel
One more
anywhere.
question too, actually. One more question too.
Go ahead.
Is the governor currently working with the chief of police of Palmer to create maternity leave?
Oh my god.
For,
At this time, we are not
officers?
creating maternity leave for PPD officers. That is not the case, no.
Okay, and does the department have a pension plan?
We do not.
Okay, in addition to that question, what's the compensation procedures for those who are injured in line of duty? I'm
Zero.
just asking for a friend. Thank you.
There's no maternity leave at this time.
Okay, can we work towards that or no?
Perhaps.
All right, thank you. And God bless Ridgeway, and everyone press G.
Okay, if you guys have any questions, you can raise your hand in the stage or just ping me in general chat. I'll bring you up. Hello.
I have a question. Okay. So basically, is Aspen gonna resign from Senate? Good.
What is your question? I can't even hear you.
Is Aspen gonna resign?
Bro. Can someone translate for me? I have no idea what that guy said.
Is
I don't
Aspen going to resign? Which the
Oh.
answer is likely no.
I do not think so, no. I'd hope not. He's actually a very productive senator. Thank you, Lieutenant and Governor. Any other questions from the audience? Of
Excuse me, Governor, you should stand up.
course, you're right, absolutely.
There you go.
How do I plan to combat the immaturity and lack of checks and balances on Shamira? So that's actually a pretty good question. I believe that the people from Shamira and the Attorney General, along with Senator Aspenfund, were working on a new bill to regulate their ELS. But said bill got tabled by the Senate because they believe it was too restrictive and needed more proofreading. So I do believe that bill will be revisited, and we'll work to get it passed and make sure that Shamira, Pinkerton, and all the other player-run companies do have some sort of regulation on what they can and can't use. I do not know when the Senate results are going to be out. That's not up to me. But I would assume, you know, this week, right after voting ends on Sunday. Again, if you guys have questions, please ask either over Discord or just raise your hand. I'll bring you up on stage.
Somebody asked, why does a private organization from a foreign country have law enforcement capacities? Talking about Shmira, I suppose.
I think it's either Shamir or Pinkerton, but neither of them have law enforcement powers. They just have vehicles and stuff, but neither of them are considered law enforcement departments or have that power at all. just to clarify.
Okay. Somebody is raising their hand. Batman Youssef
Perfect.
too.
I'm back. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is the administration currently supporting any candidates in the senatorial elections?
We do have a few people in mind, but I'd like to wait until the ballot is finished and like fully officialized before we can support any candidates publicly.
And I have one more question for you.
Yes.
Do you support the IA lead of the sheriff office, Dev Tip, in still being in charge of the whole thing while he has an ongoing court case in prosecution?
I do not. No, and I do believe that, you know, should the prosecution be finished, he should either retire or resign from IA.
All right. Tonga.
Hello?
Hello, Batman Yusuf 2.
Can I get a
If this is
job?
not a Ridgeway related question, I'm going to move you down.
Can I get a job?
Can you get a job?
No.
Yeah, you heard the lieutenant governor.
The lieutenant governor's irrelevant and nobody.
He's-
I don't give.
very
I,
relevant.
I really don't give a fuck what you think, Batman. Thank you. Have a great day.
Gosh, I'd hear like shut your bitch ass up.
Usta Z. What's up, Usta?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Racine. You probably know me because I shot you a lot, but that's beyond the point. I've reformed.
I see that you're part of the National Guard now. Nice.
Yes, and I'm in reinstating into RPS, but that's beyond the point. I'm here to ask, as a reformed individual, right, who's now working for the government, are you working to create any more programs other than the RPS Community Service Program for people to reform? For example, my friend Baquisha, she has like I think 250 felonies. She's trying to become a RDOT driver. Could you help her out with that?
Okay. So I don't know about 250, but that's actually a good question. And I want to say that we are actually going to review the current expungement laws to make it easier, hopefully, for not only more people to get expunged, but also more people to participate in the community service program that we have. Because right now, as it stands, it's really hard for people to get expunged because they have to wait a really long period of time, and they also have to have under a certain amount of arrests or items on their records. So we're going to be changing that via law, and then we'll hopefully make it easier for people to rehabilitate and, you know, start being legal.
Right, and then one final question. This one's for the Lieutenant Governor. Large Titanic, I've been getting word from people of Ridgeway saying that you have an alt account known as Buttplug19. Is this a true statement? Would you like to comment on that?
I don't. That's not. I don't. I thought I was gonna try to be funny, but I don't really know. I don't really know what I would say. No, I don't. That's not true.
Okay, thank you.
What? Let me fix my my headset real quick. Okay, hear nobody. Testing 1 2 3. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I have a question for the governor.
Go ahead. Say why or will I?
Why should we?
Why should we? Well, I don't know. I mean, but this is not a forum for you to advertise your Senate campaign, Mr. Padamza. This is a press conference. Thank you. I do believe we've been shot up, but if you still have any questions, you know, just ping me or raise your hand. I'll bring you up on stage and we can talk. Mr. Rossetti,
What's up, Raph? How are we doing, man? Long time.
how are you?
Yo,
I'm good, man.
Democrat,
How are you?
never
How are
mind.
you, man?
I'm well. I'm doing good.
That's brilliant, man. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I do have a question. A question that I'm intrigued to know the answer to. If that's okay.
Yes,
When
who
you-
are you?
I want to wait till you're back, though. I want to wait till you're back. Up
Okay.
there. All right.
Yeah, as long as it comes to PCH real quick, pick me up. Because my car's impounded. It'd be great.
Have you been busy today, Ra? Anything exciting going on?
What's up? What happened?
Anything exciting been going on? Have you been busy today?
Say anything exciting?
Yeah.
A lot, bro. You just missed the press briefing from Miss Unistry. She covered a lot as to what our administration has been up to. But the full transcript will be available in government updates after the conference.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'll take a read of that.
Hello.
Major Cans, what's up?
So I just have a quick question on the opinion from the administration on the recent announcement from Chief Justice Rami in regards to probable cause hearings. It appears in his most recent announcement that he stated we are no longer, or judges are no longer allowed to do probable cause hearings within the Palmer County Hall. And I was just wondering what the administration's opinion on this matter is, because I feel like in the message it stated that it's only supposed to be used for trials, and in this state we have had a severe lack of trials, so are we just vacating the Palmer Courthouse? Or what is the whole idea around that idea?
Well, to be honest, I found out about it around the same time you did, and I understand that there's like it could set things back, but I also don't think that any of the judges or anyone in general should be too resistant to seeing how it plays out, especially with the whole website thing and the search warrants and arrest warrants as well. I mean, I'm sure that the Chief Justice had a very good reason for making that change, and if it doesn't work out, obviously it can be changed back, but I think I personally am neutral on it. I don't really think it's a very bad change or a very good change. I just think it'll be something that we have to see how it plays out in practice, and then, if it doesn't go well, we can always just change it back. But I think it's fine as is.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I've returned.
Hello, I have another question for the administration.
Go ahead.
What do you guys think is your biggest accomplishment this term?
This term, probably the sheer amount of bills that we've passed. I think our legislative accomplishments have pretty much transcended most previous administrations. I mean, we were in past so many bills in the last 2 months alone. So I think that just speaks to our success in terms of domestic policy.
May I follow up?
Sure.
Which bill are you most proud of?
It's a good question. I gotta take a look at the Senate Trello, but there's so many. I mean, we had we brought back live fires. We did the Firearm Licensing Act again. We did the modern day fire code, the MEZ Act, the Money and Tort Act, which Aspen wrote. I mean, there's really a lot. I can't really name one specific big bill in particular, but I think most of the bills I've signed this term and the last as well, before I was a full-term governor, most of them have all been really good.
Interesting. Alright, thank you for the answer. Have a good rest of your night.
You as well. Mr. Winboy, greetings. We can't hear you, by the way, if you're talking. Okay, you went back down.
May I ask another question?
You may, Ethan. Please.
Are you more into like marshmallows, chocolate, graham crackers, or fire?
Oh, wow. I'm into
Or
marshmallows.
s'mores?
Yeah, I'm into marshmallows.
For real?
Yeah.
I
Was that your only question?
I'm trying to think of other ones.
Well, you may, but there's also other people waiting, so I'll bring you back up.
Hello.
Mr. Rossetti,
What's up,
welcome back.
Let's take two. Okay, take two. My question is, there's a lot of businesses in Ridgeway. There's a good few, including my own. Why is there only one business, meaning streamer, that are allowed 2 plots? Why is that?
So it's actually a great question, and it's been raised by the Muffin Independent in the news. And I do plan on potentially changing that with the Department of State. But from what I know, it was requested by DO that they get more properties. But I do understand the concern, and I do want to make that change. You know, regardless of what is popular or like what suits the most popular company. Everyone should have a
Yeah.
right to having a plot in the state.
You know, it's true. I do believe that only one person should be able to own a plot, but if you have multiple people in your business, I believe other people should be able to represent your business by buying a plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, thank you for answering my question. I got one more thing before I go. Syntax. I know you want my house. You're not getting my house. You're never getting my house. That's my house. All right. A little birdie told me the other day you were waiting for my house. You're not getting
By
it.
the way, we actually have
All right.
the Secretary of State here, Rossetti. I'm gonna bring him on stage, and he can hopefully answer your plot question with more detail.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. James, welcome.
All right, so the Shmira having 3 plots. They're only meant to
I
have
thought there was
2,
only 2. My bad.
and there was some confusion within our staff. So when I get back into the country, I'm going to go through and just make sure that we resolve the misunderstanding. But they should not have 3 properties.
But how have they got 3? I thought we only had one in. Oh, he's away. All right, never mind. All right, anyways, thank you for answering that question.
Of course.
Really appreciate it. If I have any more, I will be sure to put my hand up. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Rossetti.
Okay, thank you. You have a good day, Raph.
You as well.
You stick in.
Anyone else have a
Okay.
question?
I have a question from Win from when he was muted before. He says, with Chief Justice Amnat Rami's announcement, would they rebuild the PPD courthouse?
Would they what? Rebuild?
Yeah, the PPD courthouse.
That's more of a question for DO, developer oversight, rather than myself. But I either put that as a suggestion or DM one of them.
All right, yeah. That's your answer, Win. Does anybody else have any questions? You can raise your hand or you can send them in the chat.
Hello?
Hello.
Mr. Governor, who is your
Yes.
favorite cabinet member?
That's hard. There's quite a few. I don't think I can pick one. But I do like all my cabinet members equally.
But like life or death if you had to choose one.
Life or death for I can't answer that one. I'm sorry.
Like, I currently have a sniper at your head right now. Choose one.
I can't tell you. I'm sorry about that.
Oh wow. That's sad.
They're all great. I like them all equally. I mean, I don't like one more than the other.
Alright, well that's all.
Thank you. Hello, Danny.
Mr. Governor, I got a question for you. Who's your least
Of course.
favorite Ridgewayan?
Least
Who's the
favorite?
guy you hate the most?
There's definitely quite a few, but
Top three.
no, I can't even tell you top 3. I honestly don't even know. I think James Garner would be up there as being an unlikable Ridgewayan, to be honest. But other than that, I think I get along mostly with most people in Ridgeway. I don't really have like a shit list, so to say.
I don't know, because I heard a rumor that a guy named Yosu in MCPD like hates you. Like, I don't know if that's
Oh, really?
true or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
No.
I don't even think about
Maybe
it.
do something about it. he just DM'd me saying that he hopes you die. I don't know about this.
They're inseparable. What do you mean? Every time in the game, Ethan's like, Wrath, what's your 20? Where's Wrath?
No,
Where's
that's his.
Wrath?
No, that's his fake persona right there. Like, he's switching up on Wrath on me right now. Yeah, thank you,
Wait,
Smash
Ethan
Cans.
wants
Yeah,
to
look
clear
into
his
this,
face.
dude. Look into this Yosu guy. I don't know how to feel about this. Yeah, thanks for answering my question, Wrath. I mean, that James Gardai guy is kind of a fat boy.
I agree. Thank you, Danny. Let's get Gamer on stage.
Hello?
Gamer, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
we can. Yes.
Hello, Mr. Governor. It is to my understanding that you passed a order giving MCPD unlimited jurisdiction. Is that correct?
Temporarily, yeah, for 30 days.
Okay, Mr. Governor. I believe I resemble the majority opinion here. We think we need to send them back to their city and keep them there. So do you plan on renewing that order?
It's a great question. And for most of you who do know, I have renewed that order 4 times in a row since February, as it was my belief that MCPD, you know, the city of Milton, as we know, is not very active and they need more to do outside of it. But I do believe that I'm not entirely certain that I would renew it a 5th time, but I'd have to really confer with the chief of police, chief of department for MCPD and his subordinates. I do believe that the ELS update is actually on the way pretty soon, based on what Square and Syntax told me last night, and I think that'll give MCPD a pretty needed boost, as well as their 70-something applications for their most recent recruitment batch. So I think that I lean a little bit more towards not renewing it, but I want to be, you know, fully safe and certain with MCPD that they can handle that. And yeah, I mean, we'll find out on the 19th, because that's when the order expires.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, Governor, I have 2 questions for you. One from Aspen, asking who your favorite senator is. If you could answer that quickly. 'Cause
um, well, I will say for one that Senator Aspenfun has been very, very cooperative and very willing to hear my ideas out. I mean, you know, we've gone back and forth on many of his bills. Some are great and some of them I have had to veto, but if I had to name one particular senator that I think did a lot of work, I really couldn't tell you. I think they're all special in their own way. And I do want to highlight formerly retired, now retired Senator Knott's Feelings, who, although we didn't really always see eye to eye, I do believe that Walter, aka Knott's Feelings, brought a lot of debate and activity to the Senate. And, you know, even though I didn't touch on it publicly, I think he will be greatly missed. So I do think that he brought a lot of life to our Senate. And, you know, I do look forward to seeing who will take up that life in the next Senate. But as for a favorite current senator, I really can tell you.
very diplomatic, I see. I have a question from that Kuma guy.
Yes.
At the Speeding and General Crimes Act, there is a section saying that if you exceed the speed limit by even 1 stud, you may get a citation of $50. They are worried because the Pro Saber is sometimes inaccurate and sometimes miscalculates the speed of the targeted vehicle, often changing the speed by 1, 2 to 3 studs. What will happen in cases such as those?
So that's a pretty good question. I've had some people raise concerns about the +1 speeding charge that was signed into Speeding and General Crimes Act. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure, but I don't really. I mean, for one, the crime is just a citation, and two, I don't really you know, I don't really foresee anyone going like 81 or like 71 miles per hour. You know, like it never really occurs that anyone really speeds just a stud over the speed limit. Like if you're speeding, you're always going like 5, 10 studs over the speed limit. So If it really is an issue, we can repeal it. But I think right now, as it stands, and once it's added to the criminal code, it won't really be a big deal. And I do believe that speeding laws are needed. You know, I don't really think we should not have them. I mean, we did increase the speed limits a while ago, and people should follow the speed limits. So
Okay, I have a question from I don't want to this ASAP. How does the
ASAP?
governor plan to bring more activity into Milton? Speaking on the previous, expanded jurisdiction thing.
Great question. I think that well, for one, I think that the ELS update that's pretty much close to finished according to Square, on top of the new Senate Capitol and its interior, will bring a lot more attention to MCPD and the city of Milton. But as for just generating natural activity in Milton, I feel like that's more of a game issue because as we all know, people don't really travel too much there. They're more so focused on Palmer and Sterling because that's where the heart of crime is. So it's really more dependent on the developers to provide for more content there. But I think they've done a great job so far with the tunnel and the Racine Junction and all these stuff they've added there. I think the next update will just bring more and more activities to Milton.
Okay, want to comment on the people demand answers. All right, the Thumper 65. When will we focus on de-escalation tactics from all the peace officers? When will we demilitarize the police and have unarmed crisis intervention experts? Why is our police so militarized carrying around assault weapons meant for war? Well, to be fair, the criminals carry stuff that are pretty crazy too, but
Yeah,
that's a question for you,
I mean,
Governor.
listen, our cops are only responding the way they're treated, and that's with criminal thugs carrying around the same weapons, harassing citizens and harassing law enforcement. So I think our response to crime in the state has been great. I don't have any plans of, lowering that level or wanting to lower that level in the slightest. We've deployed the guards several times in the last month. We've organized the Joint Investigative Center. We've done a lot to tackle crime, and that is not going to slow down anytime soon. Mr. Way Too Cold.
All right. So somebody said something about how to bring activity to Milton. My suggestion is bring back the casino. Gambling.
Dude, I
Let's
agree.
go
I
gambling.
like the casino when it first dropped, but they
There
can't
was a
have it anymore.
casino in Milton?
Yes.
There was a
Wow.
casino in Milton
I would never leave my city.
back in 2025.
Those who know, bro. That casino's
Yes,
lit.
bro.
Like the week that it
Hey,
is.
listen, that casino brought so much activity to Milton, it was unreal. Missed that shit. All right, I'm gonna go back down. Thank you.
Alright, Ethan is saying he has a legitimate question and he really wants to speak.
Okay, bring him up. Hold on.
Hello?
What?
Okay, hello.
Governor Rathison, when are you gonna expunge your record? Because last I know you have an arrest record.
I do have one. Yeah, it's from 1.5 years ago. It's actually by Gamer 80 Style in the audience. I don't know what it was for, but I think it was like speeding, something like that. Reckless driving.
Yep.
I don't plan on expunging it. I think I'll let it stay there. It's kind of a funny reminder that once upon a time I did drive incorrectly.
So criminal records are funny and they're reminders. They're not, a record.
Well, they are a record.
And then also, why were you taking credit for the Ridgeway Joint Investigative Center when AZAP seems to be the one in charge running that?
Well, it's not me taking credit for his work. I did actually mention that in the briefing that him and the Attorney General worked on that. But it was just one of our many, as in the States, many responses to organized crime in the state.
And then one more question for you.
Oh, wow, you brought by the straight voice. Okay.
Just one comment actually about MCPD. There are how many officers in here, and what department actually apprehended the one shooter in here? MCPD. So I think our jurisdiction statewide, I think we reduced a lot of crimes and shit. And I would like
our chief of department studs to actually comment on that, but you've been ignoring his request. So
I have not. He hasn't raised. Oh, has he? Okay, let me bring him on stage.
And that's the end of my questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ethan.
Hello, Ridgeway. I just want to respond to Gamer's inquiry on our jurisdiction and how there's issues with it and a lot of law enforcement's eyes. While I will argue, I won't disagree that this extension has come again and again and again. I would also like to draw attention to the fact that Milton has been a dead city, and it has been brought back from the clutches of death. And we've been working hard, and we will be there eventually. We have been working hard to get everything sorted, improving our relations with other departments, among a few other things. But generally speaking, I do agree that it is problematic, and I don't want to have to rely on this as something to bolster activity for the rest of the department's duration. But it is something required and necessary for now, just so the department doesn't die. Because once the department dies, it is very difficult to bring it back, if not impossible. So there are issues with it, and I will not disagree with with the notion that this isn't a permanent solution, but please be accepting and understanding of what we're having to do now. Obviously, it's not optimal, and obviously a lot of people will have problems with it, but MCPD has been instructed to cooperate with all the other law enforcement agencies, and I don't really see us as having many problems with other agencies. We try our best to work with everyone, but yeah, I hope that we can continue working alongside everyone, and that's really all I have to say.
Thank you, Chief Stud.
Sorry, as a last thing, MCPD does tend to stray out of the jurisdiction because there are a lot of panic buttons popping up across the county. And obviously we are all taught the panic buttons go above everything else. With our George Tunnel and Sterling bridges, we kind of connect to every other part of the county. And at the end of the day, I think it is pretty generally agreeable that MCPD or any other departments don't normally respond to ATM robberies when there's high crime. But we do respond to ATM robberies when we are able to, and when the server's more quiet and more calm and collected. And yeah.
Appreciate it, Chief Stud. Thank you for providing insight on MCPD's jurisdiction and why we've expanded it as many times as we have now.
I think Smash Cans has been raising his hand for a while.
Yes. I got it.
Why are you zooming in on me?
Yo.
Major Cans, welcome. Welcome back.
So, I think I overheard the increase of crime in Sterling was a topic before. With the uptick of crime in Sterling, has the administration ever made plans of establishing the Sterling Heights Police Department?
So, that's actually a very funny question, but at this time, no. I don't think that Ridgeway can support another law enforcement department, but it is definitely something that can be visited in the future. But right now, even though our community is active, we're not active enough to open more departments at this time.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure. I'm certain. I believe we should focus on strengthening what we have right now rather than opening more and more departments.
Okay, man. Alright, that was my only question. Okay, goodbye.
Bye. Okay, Mr. Gamer. We'll take one more after him, and then we'll end it. Mr. Gamer,
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So a little birdie told me there's been a rise of homosexuality in your administration.
sake.
What are your response to that?
Happy Pride, and we celebrate everyone, no matter their sexuality.
All right, Governor, thank you, and God bless the House of Gardai.
Okay, I'll take one more question, then we'll conclude it. So if anyone has a serious question, you know, no more troll questions, I'll take one, and then we'll conclude this press conference. Mr. Rossetti, welcome back.
Yo, what's up, man? What's up, man? Yo, I know you said a serious question. Right? I do have a serious question, but
okay.
I just want to try and lighten the mood a little bit. Okay, I just want to try and lighten the mood a little bit. So, right,
of course.
I got one. Okay, I got one. I got a good one. It's a good one, alright. It's a good one, right? What is the hardest code to get into? What do you think, Graf? What's the hardest code to get into?
The hardest what? The hardest job?
What is the hardest cult to get into? Like cult.
Cults.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like,
You know what he
that's
means.
the question. What is the hardest cult to get into?
I actually don't. You need to elaborate. I'm a little confused.
No, he's asking you if you know any cults. Cult, as in C-U-L-T. And how hard they are to get into. I would imagine you don't know any cults, but feel free to correct me.
I don't know. No, but if you want to refer to groups, I heard KDS is pretty hard to get into.
Oh
Maybe
my!
someone else
We're
that I
gonna
know.
start again, Rad. We're gonna start again. Right? We're gonna start again. I'm gonna ask you the
I
question.
don't think we are. Thank you. Have a great day.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Thank you, Mr. Rossetti.
Yes.
I have a very serious question.
No, you don't.
Yeah, no, I do.
You really don't. There we go.
Okay, I do see. I think that's all, honestly. Unless anyone has any more questions, they can.
Now that it's over, we can just end it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it so much.
Wait, no,
Have a great day.
Ascona. Oh.
I have a question.
Okay, your last one, then we'll end it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm telling you, if you let this happen, it will go on all night.
You're right. You're
Bring
right.
back gambling.
What's up?
Can we bring back gambling?
That isn't up to him.
And then
Yeah,
I have
wait.
one other question after that.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you pressed
I
the
swear. Get this man off stage. Oh my god.
This is when you right-click the stage channel and click end stage.
You're right.